BSCDA TV were at both of this year's semi-finals, and you're now going to hear from the semi-finalists who booked their place on the world final grid here at Skegness Raceway. Finn Sargent, hello. You have just got second place.
Yes.
That was a very, very good stock car race, and you did very well.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
makes a change, doesn't it?
Well, no, I mean, it's not one of surprise, but like, actually, you know, you were kind of up there, you were down there, and you drove a great stock car race.
Thank you. I tried. The last two semi-finals, I haven't got past the start finish line, so after lap one, I was buzzing. I was like, oh, better than the last 2 years. But yeah, I always get a shale semi, and I've always previously been pretty poor on shale, and now at the minute, I'd probably say this is better than my tarmac car in form at the moment. So I need to fix that fairly quick. But
well, yes, with the world final on tarmac. Where did you start? Where did you start on the grid?
I believe Tom's picked front inside, so that will send me outside front. Yeah.
Okay. And then in terms of
outside second, sorry.
Outside second, yes. And then today's grid, you were
7th for outside?
You were
12th for 6th for outside?
Yeah, you weren't in that front group.
I couldn't see the front car, so that normally means you're quite far back.
Yeah, but then to get from there to there.
Yeah.
And we were just talking to Danny and said, like, you guys are having a proper stock car race, you know, from like second right down to 6th, 7th. It was all about.
You speak about racing, you're like, oh, what's going to happen? And I was talking, and I was like, oh, Tom's going to go, Lee's going to follow him, and then it'll be like Charlie, Jack, France, and Danny battling for third, and then it'll be the rest of us scrapping around at the back. And like, I just seemed to come around every corner, and like, if something had gone wrong for someone else, I don't know what happened, but I just seemed to be able to see it. Yeah. And sometimes it feels like that. It feels like everything's working for you. And all year it's felt completely the opposite. So to be where we are now, second row, I'm not sure if here or Skegness Close, my home track. It's great. There'll be a lot of pride starting second row in something I've built. I mean, it's been pretty rubbish at the minute, but that's because I've been crashing it a lot. So we're going to stop crashing it, we're going to maintain it, we're going to go to Skegness, and we're going to try and win.
Good. I like that attitude. Yeah. So in terms of here, right, people talk about semi-finals and they go, it settles down and people are just happy to qualify. Yeah. It didn't feel like that.
No. In the back of my head, I was like, I need to settle down, I need to get moving, but then the opportunity would have come, and it's like, if you don't go for it, well, it's the famous quote, isn't it? If you don't go for a gap that exists, you're no longer a racing driver. But it just seemed to happen, and I was like, I can get that. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, I can get that. And there's a few times I can hit the wall, and normally I'd be like, oh, fucking, we're in the wall, and trundle around. But I was like, oh, we're in the wall, floor it. Yeah. And it just seemed to come to me. And I passed, I think Ant got tangled up, and I passed Ant, and I passed Lee, and then I got behind Charlie. I was like, right, third, happy with third. Third's good, fourth row, well happy. And then something went wrong with Charlie's car, and to be fair to Charlie, I've raced with him for years. He knew something was wrong, and I think he knew I was faster, so he didn't make no hard work of it. It was, he wanted to finish, I wanted to finish. What's the point messing about? Yeah. So, yeah, great, really. I mean, it's just, the race was good, I think, for a watching perspective. I'd imagine it was probably better than most semi-finals.
Yeah, it was a good semi-final.
No one rolls over in a semi-final, but
no.
It's unfortunately for Liam, but I think everybody got what they kind of expected with the type of people that was on that grid, and coming out second, I'm over the moon. It
was very difficult, like certainly with this one, because you've got Tom, so you kind of Tom could drive off, and did. Then you look at the rest of the positions, 2 to down to 10, and you go, I can't really pick who the man of the driver is going to be, because there's a lot of quality out there.
You never know what's going to happen, especially being wet and they watered it a bit, and that played into my hands a little bit, really. I mean, normally I'd say opposite, but I kind of gambled at the start. I was like, I need to get moving. I need to pass cars in the first 5 laps, because if the race slows down, it's harder and harder. You need to try and get the big chunks of cars while they all tangle.
Yes.
And I went for that, but then as the race went on, they brought the water car out, and I was like, oh, there's another opportunity here. And then it's like, we need to get going. And yeah, coming out second's a bit out of territory. I mean, I think the best I've done in the semi-4's 13th, but I want to do up my game.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, massively. I wanted to up my game, I needed to up my game. I've let myself down this year, in my opinion, but yeah, we're back now, and hopefully it's a gold roof.
Good. Thanks so much, and massive well done.
Thank you.
Frankie Wayman, who's got a P2 in the semi-final, mate.
Yep.
Happy?
Yeah, very.
And why didn't you win it? Because you have run a lot of semis. You've had a few semis around here.
Yeah, just a few. No, hey, listen, I came here today, I wanted a 1, 2 or a 3, preferably a 1 or a 2. I need to make sure I got a 1 or a 2.
Yeah.
And that's what we did, so obviously.
And so Matt got away at he probably pulled 5-6 car lengths right at the start.
Matt was gone at the start.
And so why weren't you able to drag him in?
My tyres came in a little bit later than his, he got away. I was obviously battled with Craig, managed to get away from Craig. I just needed to stop clean for the first couple of laps.
Yeah.
You've got to be in a world final, you've got to finish a semi-final. yes, it's all, hypothetically you want to win the semi-final, but anywhere in the first couple of 3 rows, really. First 2 rows, perfect. So,
Yeah, right.
Well,
So
once I was sat in second, I was just doing my own race, not pushing nothing, just minding my own business.
And so, have you got a little bit more in reserve?
That'd be telling, wouldn't it?
Huh?
That'd be telling.
That would be telling. Did you have any problems with the car in the semi?
Nah, the brakes went off a little bit. I got a little bit too hot when I was with Craig, but no, it was good. It was really good.
And I hear you had a little issue with the bell housing on the gearbox.
Oh yeah, the clutch wasn't working. It's probably why Matt got off the start, to be fair.
So what's happened? Are you a crack in the bell housing or something?
Yeah, there's a crack in the bell housing on the release bearing, but the release bearing's not coming back. I can't use the clutch pedal.
Right.
So basically I have to start it in gear, and then obviously I had to make sure I got into race gear. I did it before the start went down, but then obviously I can't drop the clutch to get going.
Yeah,
so that's how Matt got the gap.
So instantly he's got
I needed to make sure I was in gear and locked in, ready to go. I can deal with battling for places, that's fine, as long as I was in gear and going, that was good enough, so yeah.
And to be honest, spectators, I talked to you a little bit earlier and you said you had a little bit of a push on the car. It was a little bit understeery.
Yeah, I put a bit of push into it. I'd rather it go pushy than arsey. Obviously it was a long race and it came to at the end, and obviously but Matt had got the gap.
Yeah.
So we've taken a little tad hard for the final, because final I need to get different races.
Yes.
In your semi-final, you're at the front already.
Yes.
So then you've got to think about the length of the race
and
sustain it. When you're starting at the back, you need to be moving cars straight away. So we've loosened up a little bit for the final and going to enjoy the day now. So I said to you earlier, I'd just really chuffed for my fans, my family, all the mechanics and everybody just to be there. So yeah, looking forward to Skegness, and I think it's going to be a cracking world final.
I think it's going to be a cracking world
I
final.
really think Tom needs to seriously think about starting at the back.
I really do too. Thanks so much, Frankie. Bless you, mate.
Cheers, Paul. Thank you.
Matt, massive congratulations. Seriously, first place at Hednesford. You know, like if we were talking beginning of the year, Tom semi-final, you'd be like,
No, you didn't bank on the new car, though, did you? That's what it was.
We spoke at Sheffield. I'm like, Matt, can we do your feature new car fair on the on Facebook this week? Yep, but it's not really ready.
It won't.
No. Friday afternoon, I'm like, Matt, I need pictures of your car. You just go, well, I'm on my way to swap them. I've not even tested it. And then you ring me going, it's broke. I'm like, right.
I've always been last minute. It's just how it is. But what a start with it, though. Yeah,
absolutely.
I don't just. Probably loads of people say the same, but I generally feel like just so confident in it. Like, how can I put it to you normally? But normally I think to myself, right, to win this race, I need to get rid of him or do him because they're quicker than me, or I'll have a third. But I don't know. Since I started at Skeg, I generally feel like now, like, let's just get racing then, and I'll race away. Yeah. And that is generally, I've got confidence in it.
Yeah, perfect. I spoke to Sam, so I wasn't at Skegness, and I was like, Matt did really well. And he said he's like a different driver. It's like it wasn't Matt in the car, he was just it was so rapid, you were on rails, it was.
I don't even know why that is. It just feels it. That race then I don't like all that parade, the warm up, it really gets to me. I just want to get in, get on with it. And I could feel myself on the roll out. I was like, come on, I've got to get going. And once I'd done a corner or two, I was like, oh, it feels good, and just sort of drove my own race. But I don't know, I'm well following the same thing again. Everyone will come up to me, you're going to do this, Matt, and I think, I don't want to hear it. Yeah. I just don't want to know.
Stop now.
I want to get going.
Did you walk first?
Yeah, I always want to win. Don't get me wrong, I would have never chucked away second or third for the win, but I'll take that. So
good. And now that's it. Now Tarmac's done until we go to Skegness.
Yeah, that is it. So really, I haven't got a lot of prep to do on it. It's nearly new, but just go home, do what I've done for the day, check it all. I don't know if I will, but I would like to think I'd go to Skegness before that and just really generally feel I'm happy and go from there.
Good. Massive well done.
Thank you. Brilliant. Thank you.
And we're with Tom Harris, who's what happened in that semi-final? Did you win, or did he win?
Yeah, just scraped by, I think.
Scraped by.
Scraped by, yeah.
All happy?
Really happy. Defending world champion, pole position. How can you better that? You can't better that. That's what everyone wants to see. That's what everyone wants to do as a driver. You want to put yourself in the best position.
And by the looks of the things, the car looked absolutely nailed on. It looked right.
It was really good, and then I was trying not to wear my equipment out, but as you can see, I broke it.
What did you break?
Gearbox.
Why?
Driving like an idiot when it was gripping.
So hang on a minute. How can what you do behind the steering wheel break a gearbox?
Basically, too aggressive off the restart and too much right foot rather than just steady away.
So right, that helps a little bit. So you're telling me you're in crawler, you're in one, and you're going to go right. I'm going to go, or I'm waiting for the green flag, and when the green flag, then you. Are you on the clutch?
Second, bang, and it like went to die, but it wasn't
went
dying.
To die?
It wasn't dying because it was hot. Obviously, where we sat there on that red flag.
Yeah.
It went to die, and then it just. So I pressed more as you do, and then it just went.
Wow. So how did you finish the race then?
It's just vibrating. It's just
I got you. So instantly you knew.
I knew
you've done a tooth or a couple
I
of
broke
tooth.
a tooth off something, or it's broke a tooth off the Cromwell and Pinion, and I was more worried about being the back, the diff. Unfortunately, the diff isn't built for 600 horsepower, so. But yeah, no, it managed to hold up.
So you've got the lower powered engine in this car then?
I don't have the powerful engine. It's all a myth. It's all a myth. Yeah, the one at the back on this side, the top.
Is that which engine you're going to use?
No, that's just a myth. I just got a little pea shooter in today.
Okay, you're right. Yeah. No. So is that a problem? Have you got another gearbox?
No, we got a gearbox now. The guy's just going to change it now.
And we definitely think it's the box. You've had the diff
open.
We've
had the diff pan off, and everything's intact there. And there's lots of play in the back of the box. So.
Oh, happy. Oh, right. Okay.
But the Grand National here last time, it blew the gearbox to pieces. So we put another one in. Just been freshened, and that one's wrecked itself as well.
Okay, well we don't need to change the car, we just need to change the gearbox and the right foot.
Change the gearbox and me stop driving like an idiot, basically.
So do you now wish?
Yeah.
Oh look,
no, the top one at the back, mate.
Not that gearbox.
Not that one, the top one at the back. Not that one.
Honestly,
the other one.
do you know, I mean, and so are you sad or happy that you didn't take up Rob on his offer?
Well, he come today when he had a
I have
pocket
seen
full
him.
of, well, I would say, the wedge wasn't that big. It was like this big.
Can we do it in some other way of measuring that?
Okay. Yeah, okay, it was a little wedge and not a big wedge.
Right.
Asher had given his pocket money and he was going around flashing it off, and to be fair, I think it would have made it an excited race, and it would have been, I would have been up for it, for going for it. But the problem is, it's not really right in the sport, for the sport, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? As current world champion, I don't want to start last. I want to start off first. I want to be first in the fence, first out the fence, and see everybody else later.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit at the back and get a puncher, and with cars in carnage, it can happen, can't it? Like,
definitely.
At the front, you're in control of your own destiny, the way I see it.
That's how I've always seen it.
However, if his pocket money had been a little bit more, we could have had words. You know what I mean? It could have been. But no, it was a shock actually. Everyone says, "Oh, it was a setter," but I didn't really know about it until obviously I had the call.
So now you've won your semi, and we know who our opposite number is. It's going to be Matt, right?
Yeah.
So now am I right in thinking it's a toss of the coin?
Oh, we've just done that on the infield after that race.
Oh, I didn't know. I hadn't seen that. Sorry.
We've just done that on the infield, and
before you tell me, which would you prefer? Would you prefer to be inside or outside?
Yeah, everyone wants to start on the inside. If it was shale, if it was here, for example, or Bradford, inside is not always the best place to be. Mm-hmm. Tarmac, however, inside is the place to be. Right. And again, defending world champion, pole position.
Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah. I put myself in the best possible position. So yeah. That's what it's.
I'm guessing you won the toss.
Yeah. For the first time I did. I got mugged off at Buxton when Jack won. But yeah. To be fair, it's one of them. That you front of the world final. If you get a good start and they get a good start, you've got 36 of the best drivers.
It's a long race.
It's a long race, and it's going to be bumpers fine. And like that Grand National a few weeks ago at Skeg, that was phenomenal. That's proper stock car racing.
Totally.
And that's what we want to see. We don't want to see a.
You sure, bro? That's all I got.
Gearbox, everybody, gearbox.
Yeah, the back one, there. Top's back. Yeah. Sorry.
You were saying that everybody wants to see.
Everyone wants to see a massive stock car race. No one wants to see someone drive into the sunset, do they? Because that's not what they want to see. However, if you're the person that drives into the sunset, it's great, isn't it?
I wouldn't know, Tom. I wouldn't know.
But yeah, let's just hope it's a really good hard stock car race.
Yeah,
and,
definitely.
Everyone finishes. No one gets hurt. Massive action for the crowd. Everyone's happy, aren't they?
Totally. Really well done. Congratulations on your win, and I'll see you after the final in this race, no doubt.
Oh, well, that's hopefully, yeah.
Hopefully.
We'll see, eh?
Cheers, Tom.
Thank you.